DeWalt's new DCF900 half-inch impact wrench is an absolute beast. It is a hard-hitting torque monster, 1,400 foot-pounds removing, up to 1,090 foot-pounds fastening. This thing is an absolute monster and can do a lot of different things. We're gonna go through this guy top to bottom. Stay tuned. I purchased this high torque impact wrench in a kit with two 5 amp hour batteries. These are the oil resistant batteries. We constantly are using some sort of liquid wrench or penetrating oil, and that kind of helps keep these batteries together. One thing I'm going to say right off the bat, I like what DeWalt did down here with their modes. You can see the 1, 2, 3, and then their precision fastener mode, which is going to start out slow and then raise the rate of not only impacting but the RPM, and it's going to do that both in forward and reverse. Speed level 1 is going to take you up to about 100 foot-pounds. Speed level 2 supposedly will take you up to about 600 foot-pounds, and speed level 3 will take you up to about 1,000 foot-pounds fastening. But what I don't like about this is it's hard to see when I turn on the light, especially outside and when the light's bright. It's okay, but worse than that, this little section down here is not happy when you get it in contact with liquid wrench or a penetrating lubricant. So I really wish we just keep that switch down here. That switch never had issues getting oily, nasty. This stuff is already kind of peeling up front from the little bit of penetrating lube that we've got on it. So keep that clean. Oil resistant batteries are awesome. In the bottom of this thing is hard hitting, so there is a place that allows the vibrations not to get through to the battery. Standard forward and reverse and a lockout in the middle. Pretty simple, normal impact wrench with the hog ring, 8.1 inches long, again 6.4 pounds. Works awesome. I like everything about it. This thing hits hard. There are much better choices for impact wrenches when you're rotating tires on a standard car and or truck. So the Tesla behind us needed the tires rotated, and I thought, screw it, I'm just gonna go old school, use this. I mean, this is kind of how we grew up. We didn't have the mid torques, we didn't have anything else, we just grabbed onto these heavy monsters and went at it. And I'll tell you, this thing is an absolute beast, but we're only removing like 129 foot-pound lug nuts. So we're doing very little here, but it just clicks them off like nothing. But what impresses me more is putting them back on speed mode 1, which I have total control. Variable speed trigger on this is absolutely amazing. Standard DeWalt stuff in my opinion, and it really just allows you to get all the control in putting them on. And it also kind of ramps up slowly in level 1 to once you start impacting. It's a little bit of that precision nut mode, but it really doesn't explain it in the instructions. But level 1 will start out slow and ramp up. So I was able to get the lug nuts to a solid what I'd call 90 foot-pounds, and I wasn't hammering excessively. I'm always one to grab my torque wrench and make sure that they're proper. So I just let it go till I got to that top speed of level 1, off the trigger, and then again, got the torque wrench out and went after it. Loved it. It's heavy, so it's not something I'd want to do all the time. I'd get out a much smaller impact for something like that. But then I wanted to test this out on some semi-truck lugs. Now with this, we are using a chrome adapter. I didn't bring all my tools with me, so I had a chrome adapter going to a 3/4 inch drive, 1 5/16 inch socket. That created a ton of vibration, and you can see this tool vibrating around and me trying to mitigate that, but we have 2,300 RPMs here and 2,200 impacts per minute. So those impacts per minute are hard, and this tool went after it not only with the 5 amp hour battery, but also with the larger amp hour batteries, and it had very little issue. These are set up in not really tight. They're fastened with a 1-inch impact wrench that's pneumatic. Tight is tight here, so there's no real gauge as to how tight these are, but I guarantee you with how this thing was working, they are pretty close to probably 700 foot-pounds. If I didn't have the adapter, things would be 100% different. But you can tell by the amount of moving around how hard this thing hits, and if we had a little bit tighter sockets, things would work out and be much quicker. Now what you can see here from the chrome that is on the front and then to the much softer impact rated socket that we are actually wallowing out the drive section on the back of that socket with this impact wrench. That is something you won't see with air, and it's something you are seeing with very hard hitting battery models. So we actually took that and made that more sloppy using this because it's hitting hard. That's been a problem I've had with this unit since I got it. Even my 1/2-inch drive sockets here at the shop are kind of wallowing out when I'm really using this hard. So it's a balance as to what sockets I'm going to use with this, because I want the softer material to a point, not too hard, but with this we're getting to a power point where you have to pick and choose what impact rated sockets you're going to use with this tool. With all of that said, this is something that I would go to at any point in time that I have a stubborn fastener that is not coming out. Is it something that I'd want to use on a daily basis? Probably not. Hard hitting, and I guess if I was using it, every day on the very large stuff like semi-truck lugs, I would not pick this guy up. I would pick up a 1-inch, even if it was cordless, or even a 1-inch pneumatic to do that. It's going to be much faster. It's going to be a lot less vibrations going through my hands, and it would be a little different. But if I'm doing suspension on a truck, if I'm doing little different items, lift kit, something like that, I would pick this up, use it for the big stuff, and be thrilled that I could get through just about anything that I could need to on a very rusty Michigan pickup. So this tool is absolutely awesome. I'd highly suggest it. The issue with the sockets, something you're going to have to deal with. If you want this much power, you're going to end up kind of wallowing out and making some of your impact sockets a little bit sloppy. Just part of the gig. Make sure you get the right ones, or make sure you get a warranty on some of them. I've been warranting out quite a few since I got this model, and it's just part of the gig. Comfortable DeWalt grip, feels like almost all the other impact models out there as far as the DeWalt models go. Not a whole lot changed here, but quite a bit of power difference. I like that. I also like the light that we can turn on and off in the different modes. It gives a great work light. Quite a bit of value here in this impact wrench. Highly suggest it. Comments below. Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.